Oh hi! The video will begin soon, but first, do you need a new hat for the summer? Well, these new bucket hats, courtesy of Could Be Gayer, are available for the month of June. Designed by Brei Grace, the Could Be Gayer logo is located on the inside of the lid for discretion, and hollow decals are also available, with or without words. Percentages of the proceeds for the month of June will go to the Florida ACLU, and we all know they need it, so get them while you can. It's all available at thomassanders.com. Okay, video, start now! Okay, let's do this one last time. My name is Dr. Emile Picani. For the past several years, I've been the one, the only therapist in whatever office building they let me lease out. I've helped some people, talked about my hyperfixations, and I did this. But after everything, I still love being a therapist. There's only one Dr. Emile Picani. And you're looking at him.
Are you talking to me?
I am now. Hi, Sam. Well, good to officially meet you in person, Sam. I didn't get to do my usual shtick. You snuck up on me.
Yeah. Nice to meet you, too.
Yeah, enter, stage right. I'm glad you called me, beeped me, because you wanted to see me.
Definitely a different vibe than the Zoom session. I see you have a special interest.
Thanks for noticing. Now, Sam, let's get down to business to defeat whatever it is that made you want to wander over yonder to see me today.
Okay, hold on. Is this some kind of cartoon therapy? Like, is that your shtick?
Ooh, mind those walls. The fourth one's fragile. But yeah, I guess you could say that. I just like combining my passions.
Okay. Well, as we touched on in our initial get-to-know-you meeting, something's wrong, and I don't know what.
Oh, that's okay. One can't usually be like Jimmy Neutron and think, brain blasting their way to an answer. I mean, there is a reason he's a genius. The important thing is you know how you feel. That's a start.
I guess. I just hope I can get to an answer soon.
Tell you what, Sam. Let's do an exercise. I have some paper here and some art supplies.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't matter your skill level. I just want to see you attempt a little self-portrait. Just get yourself into the chalk zone as we continue in the talk zone.
This isn't just because...
It's not just because I like cartoons. I do get why you would think that. Now, may these feelings you're having have anything to do with your current pursuits?
I don't know.
Well, you had mentioned your studies in our Get to Know You session last week, but all I wrote down here was Zoidberg.
I'm a freshman in college doing a pre-med degree, so... Doctor?
Zoidberg! There we go. I gotta work on my shorthand. Ugh, gee, Manetti.
Yeah. I mean, it is kind of overwhelming.
Ooh, overwhelming. How about you place that word somewhere on that paper?
Okay.
Is it the classes that are overwhelming you?
Yeah, it's kind of everything. I have trouble keeping my grades up because I wait until the last second to do all my work, and then I crack under the stress of having procrastinated for so long, and then I get burnt out for the next few days, and then the cycle starts all over again. And I can't ask my professors for help because the classes are so big, and then I get too confused when I try to navigate student resources, so I don't know. Sorry, I lost my train of thought.
No need to apologize. I'm like Dumbo right now. All ears. Keep going.
I just feel like I'm dying sometimes.
Zoinks.
Well, obviously not literally. I mean, maybe a little literally. I just feel trapped.
Interesting. And after class, you do...
Homework.
Ugh, gotcha. Maybe write that word down too. Not gotcha, but homework. Anything you like to do with your friends? Ultimate frisbee, spoken word poetry jam, solving crimes with your meddling friends and talking dog?
I don't have any friends to do anything with. All my close friends go to different schools, and I haven't been able to connect with anyone here. But I guess that's my fault. I don't know.
I see. With a situation like that, I can understand how you might feel stuck. Not unlike Luz Noseda from Owl House, feeling stuck in the human world before stumbling upon the demon realm.
I've never seen Owl House.
No? Huh. Well, it's also like Molly Tillerman, stuck in Central Park while trying to find her place in the world.
Haven't seen Central Park either.
Dang it! Well, that was a stretch anyway. How about, it sounds like you are bound to your circumstances, just like Miles Morales bound to his very dorm room chair by some super strength webbing.
That one I recognize.
Yes! First try. All right, I can work with this parallel. You are Miles Morales.
Yes, that is me. Spider-Man.
Well, sure, you don't have super strength or swing from buildings, but I would actually wager you're a lot like Spider-Man. You don't have super strength or swing from buildings, do you?
No.
Oh, well, give it time. Who knows? But let's exclude the Peters and the Gwens for a moment and focus on one Spider-Man in particular. Miles from Into the Spiderverse.
Okay, but why?
Well, you watched the movie. Miles is transferred to a new academy away from his friends that he's come to know and is bogged down by his studies with which he's unsure whether or not he can keep up.
They're counting on me. Probably not you specifically.
I just don't see how comparing me to an animated figure that's going through the same stuff is gonna help.
Oh, well, can you tell me why you do not like it, Sam I am?
He's not real. He's a character from a comic book.
Ah, well, yeah. I do understand that. My methods are a little unconventional, I know.
I just feel like after several therapists, I should be able to have some clue as to what's going on, but I just keep getting the same vague advice over and over again. I just want a clear, concise answer so I know what to work on.
You have got to give yourself some credit. It is absolutely natural to be having trouble pinpointing exactly what's wrong. No one comes in here with a full self-psychoanalysis report typed up in MLA or AMA or CBD or whatever it is you kids are doing. In order to get close to an answer, you gotta ask some questions.
I guess, but I shouldn't even be feeling this way. I'm lucky.
Why don't you yakety yak and talk about that?
I'm in college. I'm going to earn a degree that's going to grant me stability. Many people don't have this opportunity. My parents didn't even have it.
Now, I think we should do the opposite of Eddie, and Charlie Brown and bring the parents into the picture.
I'm a first-generation college student. My parents came to America to give me a better life. I mean, what do I have to complain about? Seriously.
Okay. You may not like what I'm about to tell you, but I want to talk about Miles Morales again.
Fine. Go ahead. What's another waste of a therapy session?
See, there are a number of powerful messages that you can gather from Into the Spiderverse. One being, don't ever touch a man's bagel.
He took a bagel!
But another that might interest you in particular pertains to the burden of responsibility.
Burden?
Oh, it's all through that movie. While Miles is struggling with school, he's unsure about voicing his feelings to his parents, his father in particular. He's scared of not being able to live up to the expectations they put upon him. Tell me, Sam, I know about your college courses and I know about your homework. If you were to actually get some time for yourself, what would you do for fun?
Well, coincidentally enough, I like to draw.
Like cartoons?
So, sometimes. I mean, I'll draw anything, really.
Huh. Would you say it makes you happy?
Yeah.
You happier than studying pre-med?
Sure.
What would happen, you think, if you decided you didn't want to study pre-med?
And do what? Study art?
I mean, that's one possibility, sure.
Nothing would happen, because that's not a possibility.
Why not?
Art is not a stable career. My parents and I worked so hard to get me here. I'm not just gonna quit because I'm having trouble keeping my shit together. I couldn't do that to them. I just need time to adapt, is all.
Totally understandable. Completely hypothetical. But would it be fair to say that your reasoning stems more from concern for their feelings than yours?
I don't know. I would just feel stupid switching from medicine to art.
Okay. But it makes you happy. That's good to know. At least you didn't have the extra weight that would soon be on Miles' shoulders. Once he acquired those spider powers, it further exacerbated his fears of not living up to his parents' expectations, now with the added dread that it would lead to his father despising him. Ugh.
You really hate Spider-Man?
Yeah. And then, all of a sudden, he's face to face with spider people from all over the multiverse. each with their own set of expectations for who Miles should be.
How many more spider people are there?
Save it for Comic-Con.
The only person who he doesn't feel these expectations from is his Uncle Aaron. His uncle sees him for exactly who he is, believes in him, and nourishes his desire to get away from life. And what do they do to get away from life?
Graffiti?
Graffiti! At last, I've made it to the nexus of my argument. Took me long enough.
I don't get it.
Sam, Miles used the art of graffiti to get out of his head and display exactly the weight of the world that he was experiencing, using inspiration from his reading assignment from earlier that day, Great Expectations. There he is in the center of his creation, and projected behind him was what he truly wanted. No expectations. It may not have granted him the answers to his struggle, but it at least allowed him to convey what he was struggling with to others, and possibly make it clearer for himself. One could look at that activity as a form of art therapy.
Wait, so is that what...
That is what I'm having you do right now, yeah. Figured you'd enjoy it, seeing as how you like to draw.
But you asked me to do this before I told you that.
Call it a spidey sense.
My outfit?
That might have been a good clue, I just didn't want to make an assumption based on appearance. It was more the art portfolio sticking out of your back. Do you mind if I see some of your creations?
Sure. Let me just take the whole thing.
Well, call me the land in Adventure Time because, ooh, you have the chops for it too. Take it from the guy who loves cartoons. Oh.
You are just being nice. You and my friends, it's nothing special.
Now, why can't something nice also be true? Here, I want you to try to finish your self-portrait, pairing it with subjects and feelings that have been occupying your head recently.
Okay.
Here's the thing, Sam. Miles probably didn't look at what he was doing as art therapy. His dad, a policeman, disapproved of him placing his stickers around the city, or slap tagging. In the city of New York, graffiti and tagging are illegal. But it's an accessible art form. It's easy to do while you're dealing with your other responsibilities, and I mean, it's just downright fun. I don't know what to tell you. But on top of those other things, it's a way to be heard.
To be heard?
Graffiti has always been an art form used by those attempting to reach an audience outside of their community. It demands attention, and it is inherently linked to self-expression. You see how that could be helpful for people finding their voice?
I guess.
For Miles, his art and self-expression were so important that when it finally clicked who he wanted to be, not what others wanted him to be, he used his art to help create his suit. It was that important to his identity. He learned that with great power came the great burden of responsibility, but it didn't mean sacrificing who he was.
Well, that's nice. I'm glad it worked out for him. An animated character.
You seem to keep thinking there's this big difference between a cartoon character and a real person. Okay, of course there is, but why do you think we relate to so many of them?
Because people make them relatable?
Exactly! They were all created by real people. People who have dealt with feelings of confusion, sadness, dread, and the happy emotions too. In a way, any artistic creation could be some artists or a group of artists' form of catharsis, putting down on the page how they themselves feel or have felt, or relaying experiences they've had in order to communicate those feelings to others. We're talking music, fashion design, humming, origami, cross-stitching. Anything can be a form of catharsis for the creator. And there's no correct way to use the art form either. The creators of Spider-Verse used their artistic expression to convey feelings that would have otherwise been more complicated to explain verbally, such as Miles being animated in a choppier 12 frames per second at the beginning of the movie, as opposed to the smoother 24 frames per second he was moving in by the end of it, after he had come into his own. We may not have had that explained to us, but subtly, we were seeing it. They utilized the art of animation in a truly innovative way in order to communicate their idea.
That is pretty cool.
Ah, heck yeah! I mean, if you want to see more proof of how art makes an artist feel, you can see it when one of their characters happens to also be an artist, like Miles. Molly Tillerman from Central Park, she creates comic books and uses her superhero persona to help her work through everyday problems she's having. Art therapy. Luke Noceda from Owl House literally discovers magic because of her passion for art and somehow draws perfect circles.
Magical.
Have you gotten to talk with your parents about your feelings of struggle?
No, they just wouldn't get it. I'm the first in our family to go to college. Our only prior knowledge came from what it looked like on TV. They have no idea how stressful it is.
What about talking with other students?
No, I don't really know anyone.
Well, I bet you'd be surprised how many of them are struggling too, especially while participating in remote classes these past few years. People's inspirations have been killed, they've had feelings of isolation, they've had no free time and incredible burnout. Some have lost out on the opportunity to experience the more fun aspects of college. Communication is sometimes terrible over Zoom, and don't even get some people started on breakout rooms.
Yikes. Well, yeah, that's all relatable.
And those are real people. I'd wager that if you took the time to let them know what you're going through, they'd relate. And there would be some solace in that.
Would there really, though?
Again, feelings and life are complicated. And while there is no quick fix to those feelings, it is nice to be seen. Miles had felt feelings of loneliness and dread for his responsibilities, but he soon found out all these other spider people, these great heroes that he looked up to and thought were perfect, they were dealing with this feeling of loneliness and these burdens too. And the same with his father. A repeated phrase throughout the movie is, "You're like me."
I thought I was the only one. You're like me.
One of the biggest takeaways from Into the Spiderverse is that we're stronger together. And one of the ways we're made stronger is by receiving empathy from our peers, from our family, from whoever.
I don't know. It would feel awkward as hell just going up to one of my classmates and talking about this.
Who says you would have to? Are you done with your self-portrait?
Yeah, I think so.
Ooh, may I see it?
Sure.
Wow! Now, just by looking at that, I get a good idea of what you might be going through.
It does kind of help me, seeing it all laid out like this. It helps me think about it more clearly.
Oh, that's great! Anyone at any skill level can use art to not only communicate their feelings to others, but also communicate them to themselves. As an added activity, you can take each of those concepts you laid out on that paper and try to determine the feelings or reasons behind them. It can help begin the sorting process you may be looking for.
Wow. Yeah, I never thought of using art in that way. But changing my major, I still don't think I could do that.
You don't have to, but you can. Like Miles found out, the big decisions in your life are yours to make. Not your classmates, not your friends, not even your parents. Miles loved his father.
Dad, I love you.
Dad, I love you.
That's a copy.
But it didn't stop him from tagging a location at the end of the movie that not even his father would be able to find. If a choice works for you, it makes you happy, and it doesn't hurt you or anyone else, it's really irrelevant what anyone else thinks. And it seems like art helps you feel pretty powerful.
Yep, I created a spider sona for myself.
And this color scheme is poppin'.
Maybe I wanted to relate to Spider-Man more than I admitted. Is that stupid?
You know, there was an interview Stan Lee, the creator of Spider-Man, had with the Chicago Tribune once. He told them he liked Spider-Man because he's become the most famous. And he's the one who's most like me. Nothing ever turns out 100% okay. He's got a lot of problems. And he does things wrong. And I can relate to that. So no, I don't think it's stupid at all. I don't think any of your feelings are stupid or less than important because of someone else maybe having it worse than you. I would try to to make time to continue creating things, Sam. Create things to help you feel seen. To help you see yourself.
Dang. All this from cartoons.
You got a problem with cartoons?
A lot of things are more than they seem on the surface, huh?
Same time next week?
Maybe. I might just use this free block of time to, draw.
Well, definitely cheaper. No hard feelings if you go that route. I'll be here. Not bad, kid.
See ya.
Ooh. Thank you all so much for watching, and thank you especially to our writer's room who helped contribute ideas and thoughts and experiences to the script of this video. It was very awesome getting to talk with all of you. If you're interested in joining potential future writer's rooms, you can join at patreon.com/Thomas Sanders. Once again, these bucket hats and the decals are available at thomassanders.com, and thank you all so much for any support that you guys provide. You're all freaking awesome. I love you so much. It was so good bringing Picani back. Such a joy. Thank you all so much. Have a wonderful day. Take care, all you guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Peace out.
Wherever I go, the wind follows, and the wind smells like rain.
Hey.
Could you imagine a seahorse seeing another seahorse and then making it work?
Whip, whip.
My friends actually call me Liv. My enemies call me Doc Ock. You good with that, Spider-Man? That's my favorite line from the whole movie. Just that one.